Please, let's start. Let's welcome all of you saying Haribol three times. Haribol,
Haribo, Haribo.
Haribol, Haribol. Thank you so much for joining today. We are going to start the second part of this chapter 9, which is a further consideration of executing devotional services. So we'll begin with the invocation prayers. So if you know, please repeat after me, or you can recite along with me as well. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Everybody can unmute and this wonderful mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudiraye. नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकीम्। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति सिद्धान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथानिधं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललितां श्रीविशाखानिधांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे
वृन्दावनेश्वरी
वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरूपस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तुं सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनामधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ तत्सत्। ॐ नमो नमो अनिरुद्धाय ऋषिकेशेन्द्रियात्मने नमः परमहंसाय पूर्णाय निवृत्तात्मने। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते लोकनाथ स्वामिनिधि नामिने। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वतदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। हरिः ॐ तत्सत्। Let me share the screen. Hare Krishna. Okay. So we were going through this chapter, which is chapter 9, titled as Further Consideration of Devotional Principles. So in the last few classes, we were going through the 64 limbs, 64 angas of devotional services. We went through that from the 7th chapter onwards. 7th chapter very elaborately describes that what are those 64 angas, the limbs of devotional service. So in these chapters, in the last class, also offenses to be avoided. And in that last section of that chapter 9, offenses to be avoided, it is mentioned that the 10 offenses against the holy name. And the first and the foremost, I would say that the foremost of the offenses against chanting the holy name is blasphemy the devotees who have dedicated their life for propagating the holy name. So it's very, very important that the devotees, those who are very much tirelessly engaged in the loving devotional service to propagate the holy name of the Lord throughout the world, we are not supposed to blaspheme anything or find fault or criticizing those devotees. They are doing like this, they are doing like this, they go here, they go. We are not anywhere near to them, first of all, right? So it's very, very important. Then it can completely spoil our bhakti. So it's considered as like a mad elephant. When a mad elephant enters into a nice, beautiful garden, the mad elephant is not that much, appreciating the beauty of the garden. Mad elephant is basically looking for everything to be destroyed there. So this is called the mad elephant nature. If we are thinking that, okay, I can survive or I can go away from this blaspheming the devotees, or I can go along with it, some people, very much finding very much fault in criticizing the Lord, criticizing the devotees. So then what happens? Then this is like a mad elephant. It can destroy the entire beautiful garden. That means what is that garden is compared to? Our the beautiful devotional services, beautiful devotional realm. It can be entirely, destroyed, and then we can fall down easily. So do not blaspheme the devotees. It's very important to understand. You know that in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is there is a story. There is an incident happened that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the god brother of Ishwarapuri, and both are the Ishwarapuri and Parama. I forgot the name of um, Rameshwarapuri, Ramachandrapuri. Yeah, Ramachandrapuri. That god brothers and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had a great, great reverence and respect for Ramachandrapuri. But then what happens? Ramachandra Puri had this very, bad quality of blaspheming the devotees or criticizing the devotees. So then one day, Ramachandra Puri invited Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, okay, please come and have the prasadam and, prasadam with me and all those. And then finally, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu agreed that to go and Ramachandra Puri's, hermitage to honor the prasadam. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reached there, and Ramachandrapuri received Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and seated Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then started to serve loads of prasadam. And then even if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say, no, no, not anymore, not anymore, Ramachandrapuri is actually then adding more and more and more, and then to make Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eat very nicely and fully. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then left there, and then Ramachandra came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, this Simhesvara, this the where the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was living there, and so that some ants were crawling outside the hermitage of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then Ramachandra Puri was also criticizing like this. No, devotees should not eat like this. This is not an etiquette for a sannyasi. A sannyasi should not eat like this. And look at that again. The ants are crawling. So this is because of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is eating a lot of sweets. So this is the way Ramachandra Puri was criticizing, blaspheming the devotee. Then finally, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then hearing this, cut down the half. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was eating nicely that, very honoring the prasadam. But then after hearing this blasphemy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then cut down, taking the meals half. Then all the devotees around Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the dear devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got very much pain, very much in distress that, because of this. And then they are actually then, kind of mentioned that this is not a Vaishnava etiquette. This is not a appropriate behavior of a Vaishnava criticizing others. Then Ramachandra Puri, then later, then everybody was kind of seeing that how Ramachandra Puri is criticizing the devotees. When one time Madhavendra Puri was on the almost on the deathbed, almost about to get samadhi. Then Ramachandra Puri came there, and seeing Ramachandra Puri, Madhavendra Puri mentioned that my entire life is gone. So this is what it is, that when somebody is there to criticize and finding faults in others, it may be palatable initially, but everybody else look at that person, that this person is so low, so down. So instead that we should appreciate the devotees. So this is the best remedy. Anything that we see that something is there, some good qualities, everybody has some good positive attitude, positivity is there. Something is there, we should appreciate that instead of criticizing and blaspheming. Because of then we develop that good quality. And this is the right Vaishnava etiquette. And we are not there even that to blaspheme the devotees in all respects. So it's very, very important, the devotees, that we should not blaspheme the devotees. So I'm just going a recap. I know that yesterday it was covered. So then the another Vaishnava, the principles of Vaishnava, that principles means tattva. Always remember that tattva means the truth. Tattva, right? We see that in the devotees, the spiritual masters, seen the truth, right? It says tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadeshandiya jnanam jnaninas tattva darshinaha. Tattva means the principles or the absolute truth, right? So this is the principles or the absolute truth about the devotional service. As is mentioned that Janma Karma Jame Divyam Evam Yovedi Tattvadaha. Tattva. This is the truth and absolute principles. Tattvadaha. So it's very important when we say principles or tattva. This is the truth or this is the reality or this is the absolute principle or absolute truth of the devotional service. So it's always important to understand this fact. Then we come to that principle of tilaka and tulasi beads. Every Vaishnava who claims to be a Vaishnava should always have the tilak and the tulasi beads. Why? Because of, as we all know that, the body of Vaishnava or body of any human or any body, that because of the Lord is seated in the heart of any living entity. So that's the Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto madhaka smritirjnanam apohanam cha. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto. I am seated in everyone's heart. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto madhaka smritirjnanam apohanam cha. Vedeschu sarvam ahameva vedyo vedanta krit vedakrudeva chaham. I am seated in everyone's heart. From me come remembrance, from me come knowledge, and from me comes forgetfulness. So it's very, very important to understand that we see that every living entity has the Lord is seated in their heart. And sometimes in our culture, we folded our hands to pay obeisances, to pray pranam. We say folded our hands. So Acharya says that when we say pranam, actually we are giving that obeisances, that respect, that pranam to the Lord who is seated in our heart. So pranam means in this way also, it's also a devotional aspect when we say pranam. So this is our culture. Why it is that culture? Because the Lord is seated in our heart. So we are giving the respect to that Supreme Lord who is seated in our heart. So when the Lord is seated in our heart, then wherever the Lord is, that place is known as Dham, or the abode of the Lord. And not only that, the Lord is seated in many, many places in our body. It is considered as Lord seated in our 12 places in all our body. One is seated in the heart. Then externally, Lord is seated on the 12 places. So it is mentioned that like this. Lord on the forehead. Which Lord is on the forehead? Anybody knows? Can you repeat? Can you say? Which Lord is seated on the forehead of a human?
Keshavaya Nama?
Yes, of course, Keshava. Lord Keshava is there on the forehead. So when we apply tilaka, that's why we need to apply tilaka. So when the Lord Keshava seated on the forehead, then there we apply the tilaka and say Om Keshavaya Namaha. Then we put on a mark underneath. What does that means? Anybody knows? Underneath the tilak, then we put some another, we put tilak.
Tulasi.
Tulasi. Yes. So what is this tilak then? Anybody knows what is this tilak?
Tulas, two legs of Sri Krishna.
The lotus feet of Krishna.
Yes.
The lotus feet. So we are actually marking that forehead where the Lord Keshava is resides. There we are marking this is the lotus feet of Lord Keshava. There we are offering a tulasi. Understand that? So that's why we are always that abode of the Lord we are marking, and lotus feet of the Lord Keshava we are marking with. We are offering a tulasi leaf. So this is tulasi leaf. Basically, that mark is underneath on the nose is a tulasi leaf, and the two lines are the lotus feet of Krishna. There we offer the tulasi. So like that, then there are 12 places. Then we are actually on the belly nut. There we offer a tilak and a lotus feet and a tulasi. Anybody knows that? Which Lord is there?
Narayan.
Lord Narayan. Lord Narayan resides there. And there we offer that mark, that lotus feet of Lord Narayan. We offer the tulasi. Then on the chest, on the bottom of the chest, which Lord resides there?
Madhava.
Yeah, Madhava. Lord Madhava resides there. And then we put, mark of the lotus feet of Lord Madhava. Then we offer the tulasi. Which Lord resides on the neck?
Keshava.
No.
Govinda.
So
Govinda.
Govind.
Yeah.
Govind. Right? Narayanaya, Madhava, and Govindaya. So Govinda is on our neck. And this is where, as you know that, as per our Yoga Sutra, as per the yoga or Ashtanga Yoga, see, these are the various chakras also. We know that chakra is not really the chakra that we say, but these chakras can come over here on the, there are 7, chakras they are there on the body from the bottom to that. All this can come. So these are also why these are certain chakras there on our body, because of these are also the place of the Lord. The source of power, the source, right? Belly button, there's a power, there's a source there. The source of power is there. And on the chest, at the bottom, and the neck, there's Govinda, because that's why we can speak. And yes, of course, there are demigod Adi Devadas also resides there. And the similarly way Adi Devada cannot, exist alone. Adi Devada or the Devada has to be there with the Lord. Lord's potency must be. So everything is Lord's potency. So that's why also these certain places are very, very important on the human body, because of Lord resides there. And that's why that chakra, the potency comes up. And to that places that, people get more and more realization. So applying this tilaka on this part of this body where the Lord resides, one can actually completely purify and come to that, the spiritual realm, that if we do that every day. So like that, on the Govinda on the neck, and then on the right side of the belly, anybody knows which Lord resides on the right side of the belly?
Vamana.
No, that is on the left side of the belly. Right side of the belly?
Vishnu.
Vishnu. Lord Vishnu. Right? Lord Vishnu resides on the right side of the belly. And then 2 places on the arm, Lord resides. Then we know that one is on the shoulder, another is on the arm, like elbow, right? So we move the elbow. We move the elbow like this, and we also move the shoulder. So this is also a potency, that the Lord's potency. Because of that, we do that. So the Lord resides there. So which Lord resides on the upper, elbow of the upper lower part of the arm? Which Lord resides there, just above the elbow? Anybody knows?
Left or right?
Right hand. So everybody should know this.
Madhusudana.
Madhusudana. Lord Madhusudana resides there. And then upper part of the arm?
Trivikrama.
Trivikrama. Anybody knows who is Trivikrama? Who is
Yes.
Trivikrama?
Vamana Deva, other
Yes,
name.
Vamana Deva's expansion. Why he is Trivikrama? Why is known as Trivikrama?
Three path.
Yes, Tripad. Because of his 3, foot, and with 3 steps of the lotus Lord, feet of Lord Vamanadev, he covered complete universe, complete world. In 2 steps, not 3 steps, 2 steps, he completely covered the entire universe. And then the third steps is on the lotus, on the head of Bali Maharaj. So Trivikrama, Vikrama means extraordinary activities. Extraordinary activities. So Lord can do that. So Trivikrama is there on the upper portion of the arm. Then left side of the belly, who lives, who resides?
Vamanadev.
Lord Vamanadev. Vamanaya Namaha. Lord Vamanadev. See, Trivikrama, first we offer the obeisance to Trivikrama, then we come to Vamanadev because of Lord's potency, that left side of, and also the left belly or the left side, there are so many things happening there. And then the left hand in the lower part of the arm, who resides? Anybody know?
Sridhara Nama.
Sridhara. Who is Sridhara? What is the meaning of Sridhara? Anybody knows? Sridhara.
He means
Lakshmi ji, husband of Lakshmi ji.
Sridhara. Yes, Dhara means one who wears, right? One who wears. So left part of the chest, the Sri, the Lakshmi Devi resides on the chest of the Lord. So that's why it is Sridhara, right? Sridhara, there is a less part, the Lord. So that's also that very important. Lakshmi Devi also, along with the Sridhara is there. So the body is so important. So don't pollute the body. Don't pollute the body. It's very, that because of Lord resides there, Sridhara. And then upper portion of the arm, which Lord is resides there?
Rishikesh.
Rishikesh. Lord Rishikesh. Who is Rishikesh? What is the meaning of Rishikesh? What is the meaning?
Control of senses.
Control of the senses. Exactly. The Lord resides there, the control of the senses. Rishikesh. And then the very upper portion of our backbone, and just below the neck, back, who resides there?
Padmanabha.
Padmanabha. Who is Padmanabha?
Garbhodakshaya Vishnu.
Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. He's on the lotus. Padmanabha. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Padma means lotus, and from the Nabha means the belly. The belly of that Lord, that's Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, where the Brahma comes out. That's why he's known as Padmanabha. Padmanabhi. Nabhi means belly nut. So there the Brahma comes. So that's a Padmanabha. That is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, the Supreme Lord, resides there on the upper portion of the back or on the neck. Then also lower portion. Who resides there? Nobody knows? Lord, who resides there?
Damodar.
Lord Damodar. See that? This chakra, where the lower portion of our backbone, Lord Damodara resides there. Devotees, this is very important to understand. That's where we get all these various potencies. And when we are so keen on worshipping this whole part of our body, then naturally we get enlightened. Or the chakra gets enlightened. No need of separate Kriya Yoga or any kind of Ashtanga Yoga. Every day, when you sit on, asana like that, and take the tilak and apply very attentively, very focused, and focus on that portion of the body, this is the best yoga ever you can do it. This is the best Kriya Yoga ever you can do it. If you do it every day with that tilak and apply this all parts of the body, then naturally you get enlightened. Naturally you come to the spirit. Your body is now full of completely spiritual. There is no tinge of any material can see there because of it's completely spiritual. Nothing can affect on your body externally. So this is the truth and this is the fact of it. So that's what is, one should apply tilak. It's very, very important as a Vaishnava. And it's very easy also. We get tilaka, Gopi Chandan. It's very, less costly. In just little $1 or 1 rupee, you get tilak. And then every day, little water, you apply it on the forehead and these all places. And then what happens is completely purifies our body and the mind. And the soul, we are applying and offering this to the soul. And the Supreme Lord is seeing every day. Every day we are offering it and offering the tulasi. What else is needed, dear devotees? Think about it. We are completely focused, spiritualizing our entire body. And it said that nobody should go out without this mark of this Supreme Lord Vishnu, these 12 places. And if you have this, it says that in the Bhagavatam, Yamaraj not even come near to that, not even near to even the village you are traveling. Yamaraj won't even near to come near to that devotee. And that's why Tulasi and beads and tilak. Why it is mentioned that tilak and Tulasi beads? Because this is a symbol of a devotee. This is a symbol of a Vaishnava. And that Tulasi beads, again, let's also come to that point of Tulasi beads. Tulasi as we know that. So we offer the Tulasi as tilak, we put tilak, and also when we have 3 rounds of Tulasi beads in our neck. Why we are putting 3 rounds around the neck? Anybody knows? When we put the Tulasi bead 3 round around the neck, why we are putting that? Anybody knows? Why we are putting 3 rounds?
For Radharani, for Shri Krishna, and one for Gurudev.
One for Radharani, one for Krishna, one for Gurudev. Wonderful, Madaji. I hearing first time. Nice explanation. But there is also the principle, some tattva also there behind that. Anybody else?
Is it body, mind, and soul?
Yes, that's true. That's a Tridandi actually. That's a Tridandi sannyasi. When Tridandi sannyasi hold the stick, Tridanda, then that represents body, mind, and soul. But why we are actually 3 over here around the neck? 3 rounds. And it gives that, it's the, gives that the meaning of it is actually that it should protect us from 3 kinds of calamities. Such a tilak, tulasi beads are very important. One should put that. Tilak and tulasi both comes together. Tilak and tulasi beads because it's protect from 3, 3 vyadhi or 3 tap. Or 3 tap means 3 tapatraya or 3 tap or 3 vyadhi and all those. What are those? Anybody knows that? What are the 3 calamities?
Adi Devik, Adi Bhautik, Adhyatmik.
Adi Devik, Adhyatmik, and Adi Bhautik. So we know that Adi Devik, that the calamities, that which problems which arises from the natural calamities from by the the nature, or Adi Devik, or by the demigods. One can get that calamities. What about Adi Bhautik? Anybody knows what is Adi Bhautik means?
Other entities being formed.
Other living entities. When you go, like, the tiger can come, or snakes can come, dogs can come, or somebody else can come and hit us. So many other living entities. So we can also get problem from other living entities. So then what about Adhyatmik? Everybody knows?
Internal problem.
Yes, one can create also from our mind, from internally. That's the most difficult, that one can create unnecessarily. All these anarthas are there. That's the most difficult that to conquer. Somehow we can manage the, Adya, Adi Bhautik and Adi Devik, but it's very difficult that we can conquer or overcome our anarthas, or that the problem which we create internally. So what are those anarthas? Anybody knows? 6 anarthas that we have. It is mentioned that in the scripture, unless and until we cross over the 6 steps, we cannot enter into the spiritual realm. Anybody knows what are those 6 anarthas or 6 steps that we have to overcome?
Yes, Prabhuji. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsar.
Lust, greed, anger, envy, jealousy, and arrogance. All those are the anarthas that one can develop. So unless and until so, when we wear this tulasi around the neck 3 rounds, it mentioned that we can be free from this adhyatmik, Adi Devik, and Adi Bhautik. That means adhyatmik, including these anarthas which can arise. So every day that tulasi has such a potency. Who is tulasi? Who is Tulasi Maharani or Tulasi? Anybody knows who is Tulasi? Who is Tulasi? Tulasi Devi.
Devi.
Vrinda Devi. Who is Vrinda Devi? Who is Vrinda Devi?
He's a Bhakti. Bhakti Devi. Bhakti Devi. He's a Bhakti Devi.
She is Bhakti Devi. She is Vrinda Devi. She is Tulasi Devi. Many names has she.
Radharani also, right? Prabhu?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, yes. She is the the servant of Srimati Radharani to arrange and everything for the service, for the pastimes of the divine couple Sri Radha and Krishna. That's why Sri Vrindavaneshwari, Srimati Radharani. And because of that Vrinda Devi's service to Srimati Radharani is also known as Vrindavaneshwari, and Srimati Radharani gave the abode of Goloka Vrindavan is called Vrinda, or in the name of Vrinda, because of the exclusive service that which offers Sri Vrinda Devi to the Supreme, the divine couple. So powerful. And we also pray that, right? In every day, Tulasi Krishna Prayasi, Namo Namaha, Sri Radha Krishna, Seva Pabho, E Abhilash. So we are, even without the mercy of Srimati Vrinda Devi, nobody can enter into the Vrindavan. One time, I'll tell you a story. Narada Dev wanted to, part of the Rasa dance, Rasa Leela of Sri Radha, Krishna and all the gopis. Narada had this desire that I'm also a devotee, and always have this, right? And many devotees, I'm also a devotee. I would also like to enter into the Rasa Leela pastimes of Sri Radha and Krishna. So Narada Dev came to Vrindavan. When Narada in the sky, Narada was looking for, where is this happening? Where is this happening? This, and wanted to see it. Where is this Krishna is, ecstatically dancing and entering into the pastimes. So Narada couldn't see anything. So this is the time Vrinda Devi just came as a village girl in front of Narada Dev. Vrinda Devi told to Narada Dev, I know who you are and why did you come here? So let me take you. So this was also the mercy of the Lord, and Vrinda Devi understood. And Vrinda Devi took Narada Dev to a kund that we went through the, Narada Kund. This is called Narada Kund. So there, Vrinda Devi says a kund, and then told to Narada that just take a dip in this water, in this kund. So when Narada took a dip in this water, Narada immediately transformed to a beautiful gopi, beautiful lady. And then Vrinda Devi took Narada Dev, and that's called Naradiya Gopi. There is a gopi called Naradiya Gopi, and this is Narada Dev, and Narada become Naradiya Gopi, and then Vrinda Devi took, and then Narada Dev saw that, Krishna's beautiful, ecstatic, Rasa Leela pastimes. Now after that, again, Vrinda Devi brought back to Narada Dev and again dipped into this water and then got the original form. So this is the devotee, because of that devotion of Narada Dev, and then cannot, that the mercy of Sri Vrinda Devi, then Narada Dev got that opportunity. Otherwise, without the mercy of Sri Tulasi Maharani, nobody can enter into the Goloka Vrindavan. So it's very important that we worship Tulasi Devi. That's why every day we should worship Sri Tulasi Maharani. So then says that Radha Krishna Seva Bhavo E Abhilash. We are praying to Tulasi Maharani that our Abhilash, our desire is to serve the Radha Krishna Seva. Mora E Abhilash, Vilasa Kunche Diyovas. We are praying to Srimati Tulasi Maharani, oh, may we have a desire, Mera E Abhilash hai, that Vilas Kunja Diyovas. I have this desire to stay in Vilas Kunj. Where is Vilas Kunj? Where in Goloka Vrindavan, where Krishna and Radharani has, exquisite pastimes. And so that the devotees can. This is the prayer to Srimati Tulasi Maharani. Tulasi Maharani is so merciful. Even little water one offers to Tulasi Maharani, and even note that circumambulate 3 times every day to Tulasi Maharani, whatever the sin, even Jnani Kanicha Papani Brahma Hatyadi Kanicha, Tani Pradakshina Pade Pade, even 3 times we circumambulate the Tulasi Maharani, then even the Brahma Hatya can be eradicated. This is Tulasi. So then that Tulasi is on our neck. And then how much potency that Tulasi Maharani gives to that devotee, one who wears the Tulasi around the neck. Right? You can imagine that. So Tulasi is, don't minimize, don't undermine that. And Tulasi beads also, why we are wearing it? So that it will be respected. It won't be go in any dirty places or anything like that on the body. So it will be there on the neck all the time. And as is mentioned that, we know that the story of Ajamula, when Ajamula was, about to die, and just by unknowingly just calling out the name of Narayana, his son, his youngest son. He was 88 years old, Ajamula, when about to pass the world. So Yamadudas came, and then Yamadudas about to pull the soul from the body of Ajamula. Ajamula just accidentally called the name of his youngest son, Narayana. Then just by the name Narayana, that name is completely powerful. Completely powerful. And I will tell you this one, I think, please listen this very carefully. Why this Lord Ram, the name of Ram, name of Krishna is so powerful? Because of this is not an ordinary name. So just see, let us take this one. We say Narayana, right? What is the second syllable of Narayana? Anybody? What is the second syllable of Narayana? Anybody knows? Just simply, right? It's Nara, right? Nara, right? Ra. The second syllable of Narayana means Ra. If we take out that Ra from the Narayana mantra, this is called Panchakshari mantra. And if you take out this Ra from that Narayana, what comes next? Na Ayana. That means there is no Ra, Na Ayana. Ayana means complete movements of this world, right? Because of that, Ra is there, the complete movements, everything maintains because of that, just because of that Ra is there. So if you take out Ra from the Na, Rayana, then Ra is the most important. Then also, there is another mantra called Nama Shivaya, right? Nama Shivaya. So think about that. So Nama Shivaya means all auspiciousness. Shiva means all auspiciousness. Nama Shivaya means one who has that all auspiciousness. Nama Shivaya. So take out that Ma from that. Then if you take out the second syllable from the Nama Shivaya, then we take out the Ma, then what happened? Na Shivaya. That means there is no auspiciousness. There is no auspiciousness in anywhere. So think about that. If you take Ra from Narayanaya, if you take Ma from Nama Shivaya, then what comes? Rama. So this is the power of the mantra. So Rama, the Lord name is there. Rama. So then if Ra and Ma taken out, nothing works. So everything is actually happening as per that. Rama, this is the mantra. This is the potency of that word and each syllable. So like that, when that the potency is there, the Lord's name is there, the Lord's holy name is chanted like that, there is a complete potency. So similarly, when we have these neck beads and 3 rounds and the potency of this, neck beads and Tulasi Maharani and Tulasi Devi is always there. It's very, very powerful. So then it says that then Narayana, Ajamula call out this name, Narayana. It's very powerful. No, okay, this is called his name of son or somebody else. No, Narayana means Narayana. This is the name of the Supreme Lord, supreme powerful, supreme potent. Namna makari nija sarva shakti tatrarpida niyamida smaranena kalaha. Yada drishi bhagavan mamami durdaiva midrisham mihajanina anuragaha. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that Namna makari nija sarva shakti. I was invested, Lord is invested all his potency in his holy name. So no difference. Nama Chindamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Bhinnata Bhinnatvam Nama Namin. Says Nama Chindamani Krishna. Nama Chindamani. Krishna's name is completely, it's like a Chindamani. It's a gemstones that fulfilling, wish fulfilling gemstones. Nama Chindamani Krishna. Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha is full of potency and Rasa Vigraha is a Nama Purush. Rompath Maharaj was giving this. The holy name has a lotus feet. Holy name has lotus feet. And then it has the lotus nails and it has the tip of that nail is also beautiful. So wonderful. So similarly, that Ajamula was calling out this name, Narayana, then what happens? Immediately, the Vishnu Dudas appeared just in the scene. Yamadudas were trying to take the soul out from the body of Ajamula. Then Vishnu Dudas stopped. Vishnu Dudas so powerful, and when in front of Vishnu Dudas, Yamadudas are nothing. And then told to Yamadudas, stop. You are doing wrong. You are doing sinful activity. You are doing wrong things, that this is the devotee of the Lord. You cannot take the devotee of the Lord. So then Yamadudas just left from there. And then Ajamula got his life back. So seeing everything, Ajamula was seeing all this. Kanya Kumchid in the Bhagavatam, there's a beautifully explains Sri Sukadeva Goswami this pastime in the 6th canto, 2nd and 3rd chapter. Then Yamadudas went back to Yamaraj. Yamadudas went back to Yamaraj and mentioned all what is happened. Yamadudas went there and mentioned to Yamaraj, we thought you are the only controller in this world. There is nobody else. We thought that you are controlling everything and you are taking out the decision and everything. And then there is nobody else. But what happened here today? We went to take out Ajamula, bring the soul over here. Then what happened? All of a sudden, this Vishnududas came, stopped us. We couldn't do anything. And you have to do something. Now Yamaraj understood what has happened. Yamaraj then beautifully mentioned, this is in the 3rd chapter, Yamaraj beautifully mentioned and glorified the Supreme Lord. Yamaraj told to Vishnu, Yamadudas, that I am just a puppet, I am just a order carrier. Beyond that, there is a Supreme Personality of Godhead. His name is Supreme Lord Vishnu, Krishna, and I am under him. I'm just carrying his order. And anybody, there is no way that anybody chants, remember him, utter his name, utter this holy name and go to the temple and worship, then he is completely under the spell of his potency. Nobody can touch him. This is what is Yamaraj told to Yamadudas. Under his spell, under Devi Yesha Gunamayi Maumaya Duradaya, he says that Mahatma Namstu Mampartha. The divine, the great divine devotees are under the protection of the Supreme Lord. Mahatma Namstu Mampartha. Under the Devim Prakriti, this is what is the Devim Prakriti? Under the protection of Srimati Radharani. Not only Krishna, Srimati Radharani. Devim Prakriti means Srimati Radharani. They are very dear to Krishna and Srimati Radharani. Mahatma Namstu Mampartha, great devotees. So, Yamaraj was discussing and mentioning this to the Yamadudas, that those who are devotees, those who have chanted the holy name, they are the devotees of the Lord. We don't have any jurisdictions. We don't have any jurisdictions upon them. No jurisdictions upon them. So it's very, very, very important, dear devotees. And then Yamadudas asked this question. How do we know that who is a Vaishnava? How do we understand that who is a Vaishnava when we go? So then Yamaraj said this one who has the mark of a tilaka, one who has the neck beads, tulasi beads on there around the neck, consider that they are the Vaishnavas, they are the devotees of the Lord. So dear devotees, that's why even though we are not that up to the level of the devotional platform, but even a Kanishta, you are just begin. But if you have the tulasi beads around your neck, and you have the tilak, it is considered that you are a devotee, you are a Vaishnava, no matter what, because of tulasi is on your neck. You may not chant the holy name, you may not do anything. But as long as you wear these tulasi beads, as long as you have this tilak on your body, is considered as you are a devotee of the Lord. You are a Vaishnava. This is the great truth, dear. That's why I call it truth principles. So we have to understand this. So it's very, very important that some way or other that we make sure that we have tulasi bead all the time. There is a devotee in a Guruvayur temple, it's known as Kururama. Kururama was very devoted to Krishna. And Kururama was has this tulasi neck beads. And sometimes people have this misconception that, what would happen to the Madajis when they were on their monthly cycle. So what would happen, whether they would chant the holy name, so because of the bead is, tulasi beads, whether they can touch the, like that. So there is always a notion that, the people around that, when at this point of time, that Madajis should not chant because they have to touch the tulasi beads. So then this great devotee, Villamangalam Thakur, came, and some of the Brahmanas around this Guru Ramma and complained to Villamangalam Thakur that this Mataji, this Guru Ramma, she always chant the holy name, even against the rules and regulations of that. Don't touch on this monthly period time that on the tulasi beads. This is against and so Villamangalam Thakur was supposed to go to Gururama's house and do some puja, but these brahmanas then told him not to go there because of this is what is happening. But somehow then Gururama was very disappointed and not coming. Then later Gururama met with Villamangalam Thakur and then discussed with all this, and Villamangalam Thakur mentioned that this is why I didn't come, because of you are doing all these things. So what should I do? And all those things. Then Gururama asked a question. So it is mentioned that we should always in association with the Lord, always in conscious of the Lord, always should chant the holy name of the Lord. How can I chant without the beads of Tulasi beads? So also remember, Swami, that think about that. Suppose I am going to die on this, this time. What should I do? Suppose I am going to die, and how can I die without the holy name, without chanting the holy name? This actually, hit the heart of Villamangalam Thakur. Villamangalam Thakur understand this is a very pure devotee of the Lord, pure Vaishnavi of the Lord. It doesn't matter rules and regulations, that if you are able to chant without these rules, so much of regulations that I am able to chant all the time and conscious of the Supreme Lord all the time, that is greater than anything else in this world. So it is mentioned that we should be always that, chant the holy name with that Tulasi beads. So make sure that one who chants the holy name, Tulasi beads, and do not eat meat. These are all sinful activities. Eating meat and intoxication, those who are taking, then actually we are offending the Tulasi Maharani. So if you are going or planning to wear a Tulasi Maharani on your neck, make sure that you don't, at least that, no meat eating and no intoxication. And then make sure that, you take bath every day, because otherwise we are, also offending. So that's little bit over there that you attempt to make sure that, we also respect and treat Tulasi Maharani when we have on our neck very properly. So that's an appropriate Vaishnava etiquette. So we should always remember that. So that's why I just took a little time that tilak and Tulasi beads, why it is so important, because of this is a symbol of a Vaishnava. Like just for an example, like a police inspector. So when a police inspector at the home, he may be wearing like a simple pant or kurta or whatever it is. But when he is on duty, he has a cap, it's a symbol. He has a ruler on his hand or gun, whatever it is, belt, the uniform, everything is there. So as soon as somebody sees, yes, this is a police inspector, and which they should give respect and give some respect to that person. So similarly, dear devotees, when somebody sees a Vaishnava, immediately he sees that he is actually representing, he is actually somewhere connected to the Lord. So Srila Prabhupada says that another reason for Srila Prabhupada mentioned that one should always have tilaka, because of as soon as one sees that devotee with the tilak, he has somehow or other that he will have a remembrance of the Lord. This is the way that devotees are in each and every aspect of their life to propagate the Krishna consciousness in others. While they are wearing, while they are walking, while they are talking, while they are reading, in whichever way we take it. So they are propagating the Krishna consciousness in others. So this is the position of a Vaishnava. Such devotees are so dear to the Lord. Always remember that. Such devotees are so dear to the Lord. And it is mentioned that, we will see there are a lot to speak into this chapter. I'm just taking this aspect of it because it's so important. So Srila Prabhupada always recommended, even if many devotees, when Srila Prabhupada started this movement, many devotees used to go to the office and work. So devotees came to Srila Prabhupada and asked Srila Prabhupada, we go to the office, and what should we do? Because of every time we cannot put tilak. And Srila Prabhupada very strictly said that, no, you should always have tilak. You should always have tilak. No worries, no wonder what. You should always have tilak. So even though devotees goes with a coat and suit and all this, dress, they have the tilak on their forehead. One day they came before the Srila Prabhupada with this beautiful tilak and coat and suit and everything. Srila Prabhupada said, this is the right Vaishnava, this is the right etiquette, right attitude of a devotee. Even though we go there. So sometimes we may not be able to put tilak and some, but we can at least put a water tilak. The children, when they go to the school or when we go wherever, we can put a water tilak on our forehead. That means we take water, and even Ganges water is very good. They take little water and we say Om Keshavaya Namaha and put a tilak, put a lot of tulasi on the forehead, and that is called water tilak. And many Babajis, many yogis in the in Rishikesh or in Kashi, or they may not have anything. What they do actually, we see that they get into the water, they get to the Ganges, they take the water first, they offer the water and they do the tarpan and all those, and then they take the water and they put tilak right there itself with that water. And they are exemplifying it because they may not too much into that, but they even put water tilak. That means they put a mark there with the water, and then eventually that they will get a mark also there on the forehead. Many devotees also has such a mark on their forehead. So, like that, the tilak is so important that it shows, it represents, and it's also make the remembrance of the Supreme Lord. One sees the lotus feet or tilak on the forehead, no matter what. Maybe he may be a atheistic, or he may be a non-devotee, whoever it is, he is non-devotee or meter, whatever it is. But as soon as one sees this tilak on the forehead, somehow he gets this kind of remembrance that yes, this represents or this marks the Supreme Lord. So somehow he gets, so naturally that is the potential of the tilak. It gives, it purifies even those who are looking at it, those who are seeing it. So it's very important. And it's also mentioned that what kind of tilak we should put. Yes, we should put these two marks. There are various kinds of types of tilak actually. And it is mentioned that we should not actually cross the middle part of the tilak. And we should not put anything in the middle part of the tilak, because the lotus feet of the Lord, and we don't want to offend the lotus feet of the Lord putting anything in middle. Yes, we may put yagya tilak at the bottom of it, and that's a mercy, that's a prasadam. But other than that, nothing that which covers the forehead of it, right? That the tilak. So, and also we should not, it says that in the Pancharatra, we should not have a cross marks on the forehead. We should not put like a cross, because of we are crossing out then the Supreme Lord there. And it should be the lotus feet of the Lord over on the forehead. So it's there are some details like that over there, and the various others from the scriptures. And then, as I mentioned, tilak and the tulasi beads, very important that one should always have. One who claims to be a Vaishnava should always have this 3 rounds of, and especially initiated devotees never should remove the 3 round the beads on the neck and the tilaks from their body. They should have it all the time. Even water tilak should be if you go for some programs or something like that. And you should also have 12 places you should mark this tilak. And then every day that before you go to the altar, before you do the puja, and then second initiated devotees, they do this every day, and then do the chanting in the holy name first, chanting the holy name first, and then they put they apply the tilak, then they chant the holy name, then also they do the Gayatri mantra, chant the Gayatri mantra, then they enter into the altar. It's a different than consciousness when you do this every day, dear devotees. So there are a lot to speak like this, and it's already 7:59, and I couldn't even go further. And in further classes, and we will discuss more on it. Let me stop here and just covered a little bit. And thank you so much, and being there and patiently listening this very wonderful topic of the fundamental principles of devotional services. It's very wonderful topic. Thank you so much.
Prabhu, could you just tell me the 3 malas? I forgot the 3 rounds of the tulsi, the beads.
Yeah, that
Kanti
represents Adi Kandi Mala, yes. And 3 rounds represents Adhyatmik, Adi Devik, Adi Bhaudik. And one who wears this, and with the 3 rounds, then it says that one can be free from these calamities. Tritritab.
Thank you.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
And why do aspiring initiates only wear one?
I mean, there is no rules like that. I don't know this. There is a Siddhanta called Loka Siddhanta, something like that. It's not mentioned anywhere that, we should. I think some people just, because of they may be starting initially eating meat or whatever the reason for that, they may not be not much following initially at the beginning, something like that. But we should have always these 3 rounds of Pandimala.
Okay,
Prabhuji,
thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna. Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Prabhuji,
Yes.
then as Suman Mataji mentioned, the third is for Guru, right? We don't have Guru, then how can we read the third now?
I mean, no, it's not representing really to the Guru. This is all
Okay.
made up stories. Okay.
Okay.
These are all made up things like that. One for Radha, but that's sentimental. Okay, I am wearing one for Krishna, one for Radha. What about? No, it's not like that. You know,
Okay.
why Tulasi Devi one for Radha? Why Tulasi Devi one for Krishna?
So
Tulasi
it
Devi
means
is for Radha.
I'm wearing 2, so I can make it to 3 now. That one.
Yeah. There is not.
Okay.
There is no rules. Nobody mentioned that everybody should have 3 rounds every time.
Got it.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, one more question I have is,
Yes.
now we said about 12 places of, where Lord resides in the body. But
Yeah.
Prabhuji, I never heard about Shirodakshay Vishnu, who is also the part of the body, right? Because Shirodakshay Vishnu comes and resides in the living entity, right? But we don't have any kind of tilak for him, Prabhuji.
Shirodakshay Vishnu seated in our heart as Paramatma.
Right, but
That's
no... sorry.
Yeah, that is the abode of. That's in the heart. Right? So that's why we are always meditating upon him. When we meditate on the Supreme Lord, we are actually meditating on that Lord that who is seated in our heart. Shirodakshay Vishnu. Yes, of course, that's in the heart, right?
Yeah.
So that then we externally put that as a Madhava, right? And that Shirodakshay Vishnu, Padmanabha, Damodara. Then Lord also resides on the head. It's called Vasudev. On the top of the head, that is the what is called the Randra Chakra, right? Aruda Chakra, Randra Chakra. That's the topmost of Vasudev. Vasudevam Sarvamiti, that Vasudev on the top. And also there is also that Shika is there. Shika is also represents that Lord resides on the Shika. That's Vasudev. And we say that when we have the little hair on the back, and then whatever is remaining tilak, and we apply there on the tilak on the back of that is Vasudeva. Lord Vasudeva resides there. That's where the entire Vasudevam Bahunam Janmanamande Jnanavan Mam. Where is that Jnana comes from? Vasudevamidam. So Vasudeva is on the top of the head. Vasudevam Sarvamedi. See, everything is connected. Everything has a relationship. It's not that just whimsically something came up. So wonderful. So wonderful. It's a mention that even when we chant the Gayatri, it is basically that the potency of Aniruddha Dev is coming. Aniruddha. Aniruddha is actually the deity that who even sun god and the moon god get the potency from the Aniruddha. And Savid is Savid. Savid means another name of Surya Dev. We say Dio Yona Prajodaya. That means, okay, take me from all our dullness to the enlightenment. Dio Yona Prachodaya. Every day that recite and chant this Dio Yona Prachodaya. So then what happens? That is actually we are seeking the mercy of Lord Aniruddha. So like that, there are every aspect of our that we have this, the Lord's and Lord's expansion, the potency we are connecting to. So everything is that the Supreme belongs to that. It's called come from that, the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. So it's the source of heaven. Okay, there is one hands up, Lada Madaji. Go ahead, Madaji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So I have like 2 questions.
Sure, please.
One is on the Tulsi Mala, Prabhuji.
Yes.
So I wear the one which I got from New Vrindavan last year, which only has 1 round, and it's is the one which is made of silver.
Okay.
Is that okay, or
that's okay? That's fine. Absolutely, that's all fine. I mean, there are some people like it just 1 round, like children and all, because of this maybe some inconvenience for them to wear 3 rounds. But yeah, even as long as Tulasi is there, that's fine. Absolutely fine.
Okay, Prabhuji. And then one more question I had. So I remember when you came to our house for for one of the Kartik month
Kartik program. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. Thanks, Prabhuji. And that
Yeah.
that day, we did the Tulsi Aarti and
Yes.
Tulsi, Aarti, and we
Yeah.
went around Tulsi around 7 times.
Yeah.
So, is there a number like, or it's fine? Like, how many ever times you want to do? Is there is like
Wonderful.
I know you. I remember you said like not 4 times today. We'll do 7 because it was a Purnima, something like that.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Because of it says that minimum 3 rounds, and devotees also, it's also recommended that one should also Sakama 4 times. It says minimum 3 rounds because of why we are doing minimum 3 rounds. Again, the same reason. Adi free from Adhyatmik, Adi Devik, Adi Bhautik, right? So Trita, from the free from or eradicate or remove all our problems like this. So 3 rounds. So one should circumambulate Tulasi minimum 3 rounds, and also recommended for devotees 4 rounds, and then especially special days like 7 times, because of we are showing our more devotion to Tulasi Maharani. That means I'm humbling myself, I am surrendering myself in 7 ways that there could be all. That means we are saying any further problems, any further issues, that all to be eradicated. Some people circumambulate Tulasi 108 times.
Yeah. Okay.
108 times because of even we were chanting this, New Year chanting, and we put Tulasi Maharani in the center. When we chant, we circumambulate Tulasi and chant while chanting the holy name like 108 times. Many times even I did that. Chanting 100
nice.
times around Tulasi and then chant and then, go like that.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Maybe I'll also do the same. My
Yes.
Tulsis are really good. And I'll
Yes,
go
yes,
around
yes. I
again.
saw that. So wonderful. So, I could see that Tulasi Maharani is so pleased, in your home. Take
Yeah,
care of.
thanks,
So
Prabhuji.
nice. Yeah.
Sure.
Circumambulate, and whenever you chant, go around and chant Tulasi Maharani, or then sit nearby Tulasi Maharani and chant. Haridas Thakur was doing that just before Tulasi, chanting every day. So what happens when that means when Tulasi Maharani is there, it's a dham, it's a Vrindavan, it's they are entering into the Vrindavan, and such a great devotion and consciousness. One chants this holy name, and it really makes us so pure and so conscious of the Lord, and it pleases the Lord, pleases the entire Brajavasis like Gopas and the Krishna. It's all entire pastimes then reveals to that devotee if you do that. It's very, very powerful if you do that.
Right. Sure. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Prabhu, I have a couple of questions today.
Yes, please go ahead.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu.
Dandavat Pranam,
So,
all good.
one thing is that offenses, you already told that in the neck we have the tulsi beads, right?
Yeah.
So we should not do the offense anything, but generally from my case I'm telling you that with the tulsi beads also sometimes I'm doing I'm lying in the office also, I'm lying. That is also not good, right? But I'm doing that. So what is your suggestion, Prabhu?
This is a practical question, Prabhuji. Yes. See, Srila Prabhupada says as a merchant, right? They have to lie because of that's their business. Without lying, they cannot do the business. So when you go to the like a Vaishya or a Shudra, position of a Shudra, or of course, when you go to the office, means you are taking a position of a Shudra, or if you are doing some business or something like that, this is called a position of a Vaishya. And it is there. It is the part of it. Unless and until a merchant tell, okay, I don't get any profit out of it, but he's getting a good margin profit. Other without profit, how he can sell it? So this is the knack, this is the trick of, or this is a way of doing the business. That is, we don't to take it so much into that, okay, lying. This is a part of that, leave or something like that, right? There may be some lies are there, which is nirubhudravakara, it means which is not harmful for anybody else, right? But there are some lies which is painful or harmful and which causes the problems, and that should avoid. On all respect, we should not lie. But some circumstances on unavoidable situations, there may be people they have to lie. That is okay. It's not that a big deal of it. Consider that. But we should not when you have tulsi beads, yes, we should try to avoid maximum as possible that getting into this lie business, or telling always the lies and that this those, and we should avoid that. No matter, but as much as possible, right? And then certain situations we can understand that why, in the case of, like, let's take an example of Kurukshetra, right? In the Kurukshetra, then Krishna told to Dharmaputra that you should tell this, that the Ashwatthama, the elephant, died. Dhritarashtra, then Krishna just told to the Dharmaputra that Ashwatthama, Krishna very slow, very lower voice, yeah, the elephant. So when Dharmaputra heard that, Ashwatthama, the elephant, died, but it was not actually the real, the fact of it. So Ashwatthama killed, that means son of Drona is killed. So then Drona became so removed, and then that is the time Arjuna killed the Dronacharya. So like that, there are certain situations which is we cannot even define what is truth, what is real truth, and what is real. Then what happens? Because of initially Dharmaputra was hesitating to do that, then what happened? Till this time, Dharmaputra's cart was on the air because of his dharma. But this time, he was against the will of the Supreme Lord. Then what happened? His chariot came down on the earth. So it is all as per that what is conducive for the devotion, what is conducive for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's what is ultimately that we have to look for it. And if it is helpful and conducive for me to execute devotion, that's most important. So, like, I will also give another story. There was a great sage who was meditating in front of his hermitage. He was very truthful and, very much of straightforward person. So all on a sudden, there were soldiers of the king. They were chasing a thief, and then came running, and was, for his life. He was actually trying to save his life. And he came running and told to this sage that, please don't tell to the soldiers and that I am here. I'm going to hide here in your hermitage. So the soldiers came running after this thief, and came to the hermitage and saw that the sage is sitting there, and asked the sage that, have you seen a thief running here and came here in this? So the sage was very straightforward and truthful. He said, okay, he is inside. And the soldiers captured him and then took away and killed him. So then this sage then went to Yamaraj, and he became punished because of he could have saved that soul. And the most important, that even just little bit of that lie, that he could have saved a soul, and that was also a dharma. So it's very difficult. It's a very stringent that what is exactly that, one truth may be harmful for another person, or one, lie may be good for another person, who knows. But is always remember that as a devotee, that we should not that, okay, this is, I can tell that this person said, like, no, we should be always straightforward and truthful, all respect. But there are some certain situations that which is unavoidable, that is okay, that Lord can understand that all this, right? So that we should be our judgment, that is what is really needed. So we should be always upkeep dharma, religion, and dharma, and all these things in all respect. And then we should try to avoid, this lying and all this business. Okay.
Yes, Prabhu, very nicely you describes. Another things, Prabhu, you just recited that Aniruddha mantra, right? Can you
Yeah.
please paste this Aniruddha mantra in this chat so I can copy this mantra?
No problem. I will send it to you. I'll send it to you. I mean, if I write over here, I think I'll send it to you via WhatsApp. If anybody else need it, please let me know. I can send it to you. It's good to chant this mantra, Aniruddha. It
Yeah.
stabilizes the mind. Aniruddha is the Lord of mind, the predominant deity of the mind, and also one who worship moon god actually was actually worshipping Aniruddha, sun god worshipping Aniruddha, and it stabilizes our mind and steady our mind, and then we can also chant nicely. We pray to the Lord Aniruddha that give us a very steady and pure mind, so that we can chant the holy name very properly.
So, Prabhu, another question I have. question is
Yes.
that I have some tulsi beads, to not the
Mm.
tulsi beads in the neck that is broken. What to do for that? I need to change these things and a new one we need to do, or can keep it, or what is that?
I mean, it's happened. It occurs many times when we wear the bead. Sometimes it's broken, and then we either we keep it safe, sacred, and keep it somewhere that which is not offended, or is fall on the ground and somebody stomp on it, or keep it in a such a way that, or you can do that you can also put in the water, and running water, put like sacred thread and all, like broken and old sacred thread, the what is that, punun, right? So that's the recommended way, that if there is a running water like a river or lake or wherever it is, and you can put it there. If it is not there, and you can also put it on like some trees. There are some good trees like that, people trees, some kinds of trees there, mango trees, or some. So you can put it on that, the root of those trees, around that. That's fine. I like that, right? Or you can also bury underneath the water. Sorry, underneath the mud. Yeah,
Okay, got it.
so that people won't stamp on it, right? So that, like,
Yes, sir. Another question, Prabhu. Last question here. This is
yes, yes, please.
so when we going to the office,
Yeah,
generally we put the tilak, the water tilak,
yeah,
sometimes water
yeah,
tilak.
yeah.
Also, those are that tilak and tilak, actual tilak. That
Hmm.
does that will the same potency, right?
Same as same buttons. Yes, because of when we put the tilak, we say Om Keshavaya Namaha, right? You're chanting that mantra, right?
Mm, mm.
So when we put the water with Om Keshavaya Namaha, either very slowly and very slightly, or just when you put the tilak, that means you're invoking and you're putting the tilak, and that water tilak is there, and then that's representing the Lord. Some may be visible, some may not be visible, right? So that's fine. It's all same potency, same, no difference in potency.
No water. When we put the water tilak, there is no visibility, right?
No,
Just
there is no visibility, but the mantra, that the tilak that we address, we offer, we respected, we offered, right? All these are there, right? May not be
okay.
visible, but the tilak is there. Okay, I think Amradan the Prabhu is raising hand. Okay.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu.
Nando,
Very
thank you.
nice. Thank you, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam.
Nando, thank you.
Dandavat
Yes,
Pranam
Praji,
to
go ahead.
everyone.
Hey Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisance. All glories to Srila
All
Prabhupada.
good, Srila Prabhupada.
So Prabhu, is there any significance on the size of the tulsi beads? Somewhere thin, somewhere really very thick, almost like a japamala,
No.
and some even where, like a lot, like the tulsi leaf. The
Hmm.
mala isn't, you've seen that, right? And they have
Yeah.
maybe the Mahamantra or something on
Yes,
it.
yes, yes. Yeah.
Is it just a personal preference or is there some?
It's a personal preference, and it's the way that somebody is more deeply absorbed the thoughts of that, that we can see that, somebody has these kinds of beats and big beats. And sometimes we can also feel that, they are very deep rooted in their devotion, and they really doesn't care about external, people, what others say or things like. They are so devoted. I mean, that's also, we can see that when they are so devoted, they show that, in the beads. So they put the mark, they tulsi leaves on the end of it, and it's also, one of these limbs that they mark there on the shoulder with various other things. This all represents that, they how deep their devotion is. I mean, externally, but we can see that. And that's it. There is nothing that, it doesn't mean that also we should be okay. We should wear a tulsi beads like, extremely thin that nobody should see else, or something like that, it should be a decent minimum medium size, and so that it is visible, as well as we can see that, we can easily wear that, right? And Srila Prabhupada or ISKCON has a very good exemplified that. I mean, the Gandhi mala which we wear is a good decent one, right? It's there and it's convenient. And many people, even if you put big one, it's inconvenient, and it can easily break also, right? I mean, when it comes and all. So whatever is convenient for you, that's what is recommended. There's no specific significance of big or small projects, as far as
Mm.
I know. Yeah,
So Prabhu, my other question
yeah,
is, we don't put anything on the Om Keshavaya Namaha, no, nothing in between.
nothing in between.
That's his foot. But then, like when we do yagya
Yeah,
or even Mataji's, they put
yeah,
the little bindi. It's a sign of a married woman.
yes, yes.
So
So
is
where
that
do they put
permissible?
that? Yeah, so this not on the forehead, right? So like we hear, right? This is forehead part of it. So when you put the tilak, that's why we put tilak here. Remember
Oh,
the
that's for the
bottom of it.
yagya.
Yeah, that's for the egg. Yeah, not here on the mid of anywhere like this. But also Mataji's put the bindis right here at the middle of the bottom of it, right?
Okay.
We offer everything at the bottom of it, but also the yagya is a prasadam that we which put it over there as a mark of the prasadam of the Lord. So everything is connected related to Krishna, but no other. Like bindi is also it's also Lakshmi Devi. The red dot which
Hmm.
represents Lakshmi Devi.
Okay.
So the Lakshmi Devi is also there on the lotus feet. And this is a prasadam, which is Krishna's prasadam, Lord Vishnu's prasadam. That's also related. So there's nothing conflicting there, right? There is no conflict there. But
Hmm.
on the other hand, okay, now we put another like a Sri Sampradaya, or I'm not anything against or anything like that. That's their belief. That's the way of putting it. But they put another mark. That's called Sri. That's why Sri
Hmm.
Sampradaya, what mentioned that. There's a
Hmm.
red mark. They put it through in the middle that represents Lord Lakshmi. And the Lord Lotus feet and Lord Lakshmi. Rather, we put what? We put Tulasi at the bottom.
Hmm. Thank you, Prabhu.
Prabhu, humble obeisances to you, Prabhu, again. Humble obeisances to everyone. Prabhu, another question is just I already asked this question to you,
Yes,
but
please go ahead.
I need more information about that. In Kontimala, if it is broken in the some Kontimala is broken, some is already there in my neck. So
Mhm.
should I need to change immediately or it should continue?
Yeah, I mean, if it is broken, better to change it. Don't wear because of then what happens when it is broken, we don't know that all the beads will go down. People won't stamp on it. It goes to the dirty places and so many places. Tulasi. You should be very, very careful. If it is already broken, change it and put a new one so that it's comfortably, stay there.
Okay.
Don't wait for it. Just if what makes it so maybe $5. Just get a
Yeah.
Gandimala. If you ask me, I will give you. I
Yes,
always
I
give I
I need
always
that.
give you one Gandimala in my bead bag. Always
Yes,
keep
I
it.
need.
So we don't
I
know when what situation. So never ever take out Gandimala from your neck.
yes, I need that, Prabhu. From you, I'll pay the money also to you.
No worries. I'll give you.
Okay. Horrible, Prabhu. Horrible.
Very good. Yeah.
Dhanavat Punam, Prabhu.
Then do.
Dhanavat to everyone.
More than saving money, you will get the blessings of Simhesvara Prabhu.
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Hari.
That's pure devotee.
Srila
Prabhu.
Prabhupada ki jai. Okay. So anything else?
Prabhuji Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
This is the mantra which I recited before doing the chanting.
Mhm.
Namo Nirudaya Rishigendriyatmane, Namo Paramahamsaya Purnaya Nibrahatmane. And then there is one more mantra which I recite.
Mhm.
Sarga Paurva Dwaraya Nityam Suchi Sade, Namo Hiranyaya Viraya Chaturhutraya. Is this
Yeah.
one, Prabhuji? Yes, sir.
Yeah. That both you can. You both you can.
Yeah, okay.
And
No,
can you send me the link, Prabhu?
Yes, I'll send.
it is there. It is there. It is actually Lord Shiva in the Prajetas. It's in Srimad Bhagavatam. It's in seven. I think it's seven.
Fourth canto, 24th chapter,
Fourth
36.
Cantos,
Fourth,
24th and
20,
36.
36,
Exactly.
that's one.
Exactly. Yes. That's the words. Lord Shiva is glorifying the Supreme Lord. You are the director. Namo Namo Aniruddha Rishikesh Indriyatmaka Paramahamsaya. You are and also another name of Lord Aniruddha is Paramahamsa Hamsa, another incarnation of the Lord Hamsa. And this beautiful and this prayer, Lord Shiva is praying to and the Supreme Lord, and also giving this to Prajedas as well and glorifying the Supreme Lord. So beautiful, so wonderful. Okay. Okay, there is Suman Madaji. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, or Guru Srila Prabhupada.
Prabhuji, women can do Gayatri mantra, or after initiation only they can do Gayatri mantra, Prabhuji?
After second initiation, Mataji, that's
So
recommended.
that we cannot utter that mantra, no, Prabhuji?
No, don't. Yeah. Better not to, because of that's the way the rules or Panjaratra mentioned, because of it's a very powerful mantra. Then women can chant. I mean, Motherjis can chant the Gayatri, but only after the second initiation.
Sometimes we play in the like videos we play it.
Videos, recording, and that.
So that
Because
we can do.
that you can do. That's fine.
Okay.
That you can find. But as like when you get a diksha, then you get especially Prabhujis get the Gayatri, the thread, right? The sacred thread, right?
Yes.
And then they should chant on that thread, right? That's where the Gayatri mantra really should chant. So that we connect, that's why we get the thread, that's so that we can, that's mark of the Supreme Lord. This thread is a mark that's representing the Supreme Lord, the sacred thread. And then we touch on it or round on it and then chant that mantra and just connecting and touching the Supreme Lord. And then there is a bija mantra and very powerful mantras are there, and it's meditating and chanting on that. And then that creates a wonderful, wonderful, it's really powerful. So, I mean, yes, there is nothing wrong in hearing, or if just that's fine. But as a ritual or as that, many times Gayatri mantra is chanted for worshipping the deities. When we go there and offering and so many things, Gayatri mantra is not only for chanting. Gayatri mantra is used for many, many things, for abhishek, worshipping, offering bhoga. It's all Gayatri mantra is chanted. Bija mantra is used. There's so many, many, many details out there when we put that. And so nothing wrong in hearing. But we should not that, okay, oh, so I am so elevated now. Okay, now I can chant the Gayatri. No, we should not take that kind of steps. And, we should always seek the blessings of a guru before we chant the Gayatri. That we should get from a guru. That's the right way of it.
Okay, Prabhuji, I got it. And one more question: what to do with the tulsi plant when it is dried up? Like in the winter, some of the tulsi plant dries up, and few of the tulsi are left. So, what to do with those plants which are already dried, Prabhuji?
Yeah, I mean, especially winter is little tough to manage the tulasi because of, we have to keep the right temperature, right humidity, and then also should not put water every day. We should just soak the water and maybe once in a week or something like that, and we should put the plant light every day, and that plant light should be light on every time, not in night switch off or something like that. Plant light should be on all the time there, and then this way it will stay. But when we don't take care of tulasi nicely, then tulasi just leave. So it's mentioned that, and tulasi takes or dried leaf, that all we can offer use for offering bhoga. Even tulasi twigs, we can burn it as a candle and offer to Krishna. When you put a little cotton and then put a ghee on it and offer to Krishna, Krishna likes this. And even in cremation, when there is a dried tulasi leaf, it's mentioned that one who cremated with the tulasi twigs, tulasi roots, and then that person will attain the abode of Vaikuntha because of the power.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Who is Rahul Prabhu? Please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I had a question regarding the Kanthi Mala. So,
Yes,
like,
please.
suppose I need to get a new Kanthi Mala if this breaks and I need to change it. So, I can just simply buy it from the ISKCON store, or I should be getting it like from Guruji, or I should be asking somebody to
Devotee,
bless.
yeah. Devotee. Many people, many devotees, when they come and they buy it, and they give to the pujaris in the temple. So usually what happens, they offer to Gauranitai, they offer to Lord Radha Krishna, and they touch the feet. And then they bring it like as a prasadam, then we wear it. So that's the right mood and right, rather than we just put it like simply like that. We offer to Krishna, we offer touch, and this has, great potency, right? So that way you can do it.
Okay, that
If there
answers.
is no temple, there are no devotees. Now you have to wear it. There is no gandimala on the neck. Then you pray to the Lord in the mind itself and offer and then put it, right? But if you're already there, now you need to change it and you have another one spare. You bring to the temple and you offer at the feet of Lord Srila Prabhupada and then mercy of and seek for the mercy because of this all shows our humility and humbleness. This is the primary quality of a devotee in all respect that we offer everything to the Supreme Lord. Ourselves. We offer ourselves to the Supreme Lord.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. That answers. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam. Okay, very nice. Okay. Anybody else?
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna.
Pranam,
Dandavat
Srila
Pranam.
Prabhupada.
Prabhupada.
I have a question regarding the sacred thread.
Yeah.
How often do we have to change?
Good question. And basically, every Ekadashi it's possible. We can change it. That's the right attitude. Right? Every Ekadashi we can change sacred thread. But some is not possible. And then many ways that the moment we see that this get contaminated, right? Suppose contaminated means many people that if you go for a funeral, okay, with the sacred thread, if you go for a funeral and if you come back, then you change the sacred thread, right? Or some physical association, right, with anything that we say that is contaminated. So you change the sacred thread immediately, right? And you know that how to change the sacred thread, right? You know how to change the sacred thread?
I think after taking bath, we should put it on the existing one and take the old one out.
No, not that way.
Okay.
Yes, you take a bath, you purify the sacred thread, or pray to the Lord and Guru with the permission of Guru and with the mind. You put the thread on with the existing thread, okay? And then you chant the Gayatri mantra on both thread.
Okay.
Understood? You chant the Gayatri mantra on the both thread, and then once you are finished, then you take out the old one and not to that cut it down or anything like that. You should take it out and just put it down through, not to the up. Should go down. Okay, like that.
How? I didn't get that word. So how?
See, when the old you chanted both with both the thread, right?
Right.
Now the old thread has to come out, right?
Right.
Then you should just loose it out downwards, right? Just and then you should not stamp on it or something. Then you should take it to the down like that, just like that, right? Then you again sit and chant on the new thread. Got it?
Okay.
This is the way that we change the Gayatri. And also you should chant the Gayatri in more times when you have a new thread. That's the way. And Ekadashi. But there is one Ekadashi on every day, every once in a year, right? That's a very special. I forgot the name of it. On that day, everybody does, especially those who are the Brahmins, they change the thread, right? Because that's the day, I forgot the name of it. That's the day that we chant 108 times. All the Gayatri, 108 times. Sit and chant 108 times, and then we change the Gayatri.
Any particular time we do that?
Early morning.
Early morning. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And if the sacred thread is longer, so if you want to make it shorter, what is the best way?
What, the thread?
Yeah.
No, I mean, we cannot make it short. Whatever it comes, we should wear it. And since this like, right? If it is so long like this, right? So we put around the neck like this. One more. You got it?
But it's discomfort, right? Like it's uncomfortable keeping that way whole day.
No, discomfort. Everybody, Maharajas does it. Everybody does it because if it is long, it is mentioned that we should not sit on sacred thread. Understand that? We should not sit on and it should not go below the waist.
Right.
The sacred thread should not go below the waist. And if it is long, then we should make 1 round or 2 rounds. That's fine. Even you can make 3 rounds, even it is long now. And even if you are doing something, and that's where when there is suppose we are doing the Sradhana, right? When we go, we change the sacred thread in opposite direction. Okay, because we are not supposed to. This is all the directions are all mentioned that very how we should actually put the sacred thread.
Is there any text or anything, instructions on this?
Pancharatra, I mean, ISKCON published a book, like the 2-volume book, Pancharatra, deity worship. ISKCON has, and there are some many stores have that. 2-volume books are there.
Wow. Is it online? Like,
I don't know whether it is online. I think it's published very earlier time, and it should be there. Or maybe somebody is coming from India or Vrindavan or Mayapur. Just ask them that whether they can get it some copies.
Okay. One more thing, when we chant the Gayatri, there are like 2 strings coming out, right? Like on the threads, sacred thread itself, like they're like pointing out. So do we have to chant? Do we have to make it go around our finger and then chant on those that way?
Yeah, okay. Yes, exactly. That represents that. It's a main. It represents that again the feet. I mean, I don't exactly remember. This also signifies that the lotus feet, or face of the Lord, something like that.
I think I heard it as like soul and super soul. Is that correct? The 2.
No,
like
it doesn't make any sense of 2 soul on the thread, soul on the thread or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the Supreme Lord that represents the Supreme Lord, and then Supreme, like we have head beads on the chanting beads, right? What is that head bead represents? That head beads represents Krishna,
right?
Everything is around. So like that, you see, we have 3 rounds, right? 3 threads, right? 3 and 2, like it's mentioned that. So like that, a married person should wear 6, right? 6 thread on it. Sannyasi can wear 9, like that. And even a brahmachari should wear only 3. Brahmachari should wear only 3.
Okay.
Married person should wear 6. And sannyasi is another, tandris, and they wear the 9 threads. Like that. And even when it comes to the wife get initiated, second initiated, then also husband can wear that the 3 thread of that wife. Usually Mataji's won't wear that sacred thread. That thread also can wear by the husband.
So totally it becomes 9.
9, yes.
9.
That gurus, that you can check with the guru is okay with that. Some is okay,
right.
Fine. They're also chanting Gayatri, so that should be fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anything else?
Prabhuji, what is the significance of sacred thread? Prabhuji, why they wear like any?
See that this is a representation of Brahman. Brahman means one who knows Brahman. That means when he comes to that position of understanding and realizations and he is qualified, I mean, it represents that he is a qualified person to worship, to do the puja. It's not that everybody come and do the puja on their own way. So like that in our system, in tradition, that brahmachari, he gets 3 rounds because of now he's getting qualified. So when he has that qualified, that means he's learned. First of all, one who's Brahman means he's a learned person. He knows the science of Krishna consciousness. He knows the truth about this entire nature. He knows that what is the truth and fact behind this. So when he do that, then he is also purified. Brahman means another purity, nastikvam, purity, and all these are the different qualities of a Brahman. Right? One who reached to that quality and he can wear. That's why the second initiation is very important. So, or natural or second initiation, that means, there is a there is called Upanayana Sanskar. You know that what is Upanayana Sanskar? Upanayana Sanskar is actually there is when a child get into the age of fifth or maximum up to eighth age, right? Sometimes. And he has to go through this Upanayana Sanskar, means that he has to purify first of all. What is Upanayana Sanskar is actually only by that Sanskar that one can become a Brahman. By birth, nobody is Brahman. So only that by second initiation, that's why we call second initiation, or that only that. That's why by birth, that's also first sanskar for a common man or a person. Then there is an Upanayana sanskar. That means now adopting and qualifying him. He is a Brahmin. That means he knows. By the time then he can start to learn the Vedas. And in originally, it is mentioned that the Brahmins were more allowed to learn the Vedas because of they have focus, they have concentration, they have dedication, they understand and grasp with that dedication. So this sacred Sutra signifies all this: dedication, determination, knowledge, understanding, realizations. So all these are actually represented by this sacred. So one who has that belt, that sacred thread, that means now he is, not like an ordinary, he is qualified to do puja, is qualified to speak, or qualified to give the knowledge, because he is learned, and that's why, that's the system which follows. So that's why sacred thread is very important, and it's a symbol. That symbol represents the Krishna.
Well, Prabhuji, at the time of marriage also, in a few, not people who are not Brahmin also, they also get these these rituals.
Pujaris,
Yeah.
pujaris.
And then they wear it, and then after they get married. So why this happens? Means in every Brahmin or some other caste also, like different.
Everybody don't do that. Only few caste does it. Everybody doesn't do that. Everybody has different system, right? Only few, because they are more either directly or indirectly to that culture. Okay, that Brahmin culture. Directly or indirectly, they are there. So when they are there, so that the priest knows that, or Gotra, some Gotras are actually more connected to that culture. And then knows that, okay, this time what happens, it's mentioned that in the marriage culture of especially Brahmin, and that sacred thread must be there. So that's why in the time of marriage, even though they are not following Brahmin culture, but some way or other they are connected to Brahmin culture. So their ancestors followed before, but now it's not there. So now at least at this point of time, in order to get married, because marriage is not an ordinary sanskar, it's a very purified sanskar. It's purifying everything. Marriage sanskar means purifying even all the doshas, eradicating the doshas. If there is any doshas with the wife, any doshas with the husband, with that sanskar, the fire is all eradicated. That's why marriage ceremony is so important. Somewhere nowadays people don't believe on this, but with that sanskar, with the fire sacrifice, with that thread, with that everything, purification and doshas are removing by this process, then they are ready to get into the grihastha life. So these are all the wonderful processes. Sanskar means, impressions that all the doshas are removing from out of it. This is the way that we all get into good married life. Okay, that's why they put it. It's not everybody does it, but those who are very connected with this culture, and they would do that.
Yes, thank you.
Anything else?
Hare Krishna Babu, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat
Babu,
Pranam.
Babu, after second initiation,
Hmm.
generally, Prabhuji's got the threads. Mataji's also got the thread. I don't know
No,
about it.
Madajis don't get the threats. But if Madajis are more prone, or then if Prabhuji can wear their thread also. So now we have, right? Prabhuji can wear Mataji's thread as well, because of, she's a husband connected to, right? So he's a husband, yeah. Got it?
Okay. Got it. Dandavat Pranam.
Okay. Okay, so I think it's 8:44. I think it's better that we can finish leaving. Okay. Can we conclude that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's pray together. Vancha kalpatarubhashya कृपा सिंधुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो
नमो नमः।
वैष्णव वृंद की जय।
जय
श्री भक्ति रासामृत सिंधु की जय।
जय
श्रील रूप गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय
प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय
गौड़ी वैष्णव वृंद की जय।
जय।
गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि
हरि
बोल।
बोल।
Thank you,
Thank you,
Simhesvara.
Prabhu.
Thank you, everyone.
Very
Thank you.
wonderful class. Hare
Very
Krishna.
Pranam. Very
Thank you.
nice class.
हरि बोल
हरि
हरि
बोल
हरि
हरि
बोल
बोल
हरि बोल।